Good morning, everyone. Today I just woke up. My gosh, last night was a bit of a night. No surprise, it's the new moon. I always get affected by the moon. Ow! I was going to say something, but I won't say that. So new moon in Taurus. I really feel like, I've exhaled, like, I don't know, so much stuff. Since December, since having a bit of a breakdown, and deciding I need to have some therapy over some stuff that I've been avoiding, and it landing on the exact amount of years that my mum was alive. So she passed at the age of 47, and at the age of 47 I suddenly had this, I have to deal with things. It was like, and since December I've been working through, as I call them, the worms, the subconscious things that have been coming up as and when they've come up. Haven't forced anything. And last night something came up, and there were a lot of tears around this particular thing. And I don't know about you, but when you look at something that's painful, it's been a few this month, I've had, not last night, but last night was quite emotional, but a few weeks ago, it's almost like you're reliving that experience. But what happened, I was almost having like a panic attack whilst remembering this experience. Not last night, but the previous one. And it felt like post-traumatic stress. I was totally reliving it, and in that, the trauma of that moment. And something beautiful happened, out of my control. But it's sometimes when we're asked to face painful memories, it can be too much because we don't want to relive it. We don't want to feel and relive that moment. But what happened in this previous moment was, as I was reliving it and almost stuck in that, as if I was there again, Spirit pulled me up out of that experience as if I was a bird's eye view, and these angels were all next to me, and they made me look at the event without my emotions attached. I was just watching it as if it was a scene that I was disconnected from. And I had the ability to see the people that were involved in that scenario through the eyes of the angels and through the eyes of a bird's eye view. That I could see myself and what was happening to me, and I could see the people that were involved, but I was able to see into their emotions. And the angel said, every person in this scenario is hurting. And I could see what was happening to me and the effects of it, but I could also see what was happening in the mind's eye of the people that were hurting me or put me in that situation. And I was able to see it from a totally different perspective, that every person in that room at that moment was hurting and had like their reasons for doing what they did. Whether it had consequences on others or not, I was able to see it from this different perspective and able to kind of release it, to say that that wasn't just against me, that they didn't intentionally go out of their way to hurt me. They were hurting. And that expression, I'm not forgiving or I'm not saying that, what happened was right, but yes, able to let go of it in that sort of sense of, I no longer need to carry this around with me. This is something that's happened, and I let it go because I see it from a different perspective. Anyway, last night something similar happened. I had this memory that seems to be etched in my mind, that I keep coming back to it. It's a childhood memory and it won't go. I was getting so upset, like, why won't it leave? Like, when am I ever going to overcome this one particular memory that I can't seem to get past? And I almost felt like I was sinking and sinking and sinking, and I was being overcome by this emotion of this awful, like, but yeah, like it's sort of, I felt like I was going somewhere dark in my mind, and I was just like, it's too much. Like, when's this going to go? And then I saw, like, I can have moments like that feel really dark and heavy and painful, and yet I felt a fraud, because I'm like, and I can also be in the heavenlies singing with the angels. It's like dark and light, and I was thinking, I was this horrible feeling like, what's the missing piece, the puzzle in the middle? That how can I, like, this contrast between light and dark, or these dark experiences and then this light, and then I saw me as this balancing scale. I was the thing in the middle, and I heard this voice, and it sort of tipped the scales as if I was down here in this low place, really upset. I was pulled up and out, and it leveled out, and then it was into the light, and I was like, I was the hinge of these two places. And this voice clearly said to me, that's why we've chosen you to do what you do, because you can go to very dark places, because you've been in very dark, painful places, so you can empathize, and you can sit with people and say, I know how that feels, you know. Oh, my light went off. My ring light went off. I was plunged into darkness, guys. What was I just saying? Yes, knowing that I can go to those places without wanting to be in this dark space or stay there. I don't have to stay there. I can go there to appreciate, or to understand and to empathize, and say, hey buddy, I've been there too, come with me, come back to the light, let me show you a way out. And I can go to those heavenly places, and I was the middle piece, the bit that, you know what I'm trying to say. And then in that moment, it was like an epiphany of, it's not that we forget these experiences, because I think it's also important to remember how they felt, so that you can identify with other people that are in their dark space, or in that place where they really can't feel that there's a way out, and they don't know how to charter that. But there is a way out, and Spirit was just releasing me from that, saying that is why we've chosen you to do what it is that you do, because you can go to the depths of hell, and you can be in the heights of heaven, and you're going to be fine wherever you are. You're going to be fine. And then I've woken up this morning with this all-consuming feeling of love and admiration for those like yourselves, the people that support me, the people that love me, the people that have walked with me from my beginnings and to now, and will continue to walk with me and support me and love me. And I just feel so honored to be where I'm at. And I know it's only going to get better. And then I realized it's the new moon, and the new moon is about setting that intention of how you want to be moving forward from this space. And for me, in my house, it's about where I feel is home, and music is my home, and speaking is my home. And part of this memory was something that made me feel like I couldn't speak. I was punished if I spoke my truth. But I feel like it's all being stripped away, like the shackles are falling, and I will speak, and I continue to speak. And I'm now not going to, I'm going to speak louder, I'm going to sing louder, I'm going to tell my story, because I know that it's not for me, it's for others, it's for people like yourselves that follow and listen, and anyone that's listening to this. If you're still here, then you know what I do and you know what I'm about. But today is a new day. It feels like a new day, and I'm going to live on my terms, and I'm going to live my life the way I choose to live my life. And since December, there's been a lot of resistance from others and at me and in myself that I've had to look at as to how does that look, and how to remove the boulders of resistance, and to live a life that is completely aligned with who you are, and all your gifts and all your experiences, glean from them. Even the negative ones have happened for a reason. They've happened for you to learn something and to use it as a gift, transmute that pain and turn it into healing, whatever it is. But I just want to say, predominantly, I love you, those that are here. I love even the people I've walked with for a time and we're no longer walking next to each other. I love my path, I love my life, and I encourage you to live yours free abandoned and beautiful. Love ya.